For the very first time, and quite possibly the last, we're headed out for a Layton Trophy Cabin hunt on Silver Ridge Peaks. You may recall last time we shot a big gold piebald blacktail, and I mentioned we're going to try to get a puma or mountain lion to add to this multi-mount. And my one thought was, we can add black bear to this trophy lodge and they're an SRP. For parquet, the only thing that could be there would be red deer, and that is the one deer species from Hirschfelden that we've already added to the lodge. So Silver Ridge Peaks and a chance for both mountain lion and black bear it is. And we'll see if we can complete the multi-mount or maybe run into something else. Now, one thing that I think is going to be interesting is how consistently we can actually find mountain lions and black bear, because without hunting them in their drink times, I think that could be a little bit of a challenge, but pretty decent mountain goat out there. I'm hoping that follow-up found a lung. It looks like it maybe did. That was a really long shot, like pushing 400 meters. But we're down here in Silver Rise, the far southwest, which at least used to be really good for mountain lions. And frankly, I don't know that I've been down here since the changes that I think came along with the New England Mountains release. So that is encouraging. Got a max weight mountain lion track. It may well be right here because, yeah, we're in the time frame. We fast traveled here. We're probably spawning so close to it that it's invisible. So as we go over here and go to recover our mountain goat, we got to keep an eye right about in that area to see if it spawns in. That would probably be him, and it's a gray. Just a level 7. And because we didn't discover a new zone when we spotted it, definitely the same mountain lion. So let's go to the side of this brush, right about 300 exactly. By the way, we are using the 303 today. And if we can do this when his head is not in the way, that should be able to find his way into a lung, and it looks like it did. So, gonna be fast traveling back and forth to claim stuff up here in the mountains, but pretty darn good start to max estimate animals. Now, our mountain goat went up to 109, I believe, so pretty solid estimate. I think that might be the white variation. It is. He's a 99.99. We actually hit him in the stomach. Interesting how that worked. So, we were trying to aim high enough, obviously, and what we ended up doing was shooting so high that we kind of went over the back of the lungs and into the stomach at 365. As for our mountain lion down there, I'm at least pretty confident we got a vital hit. Looks like it literally went nowhere, and we can see the vital blood right there. So 37.53, got into the left lung, and a gold gray is not one that we would add to the trophy lodge for a multi-mount. But one thing I hadn't even considered is the possibility of maybe getting a rare. So that'll be something else to keep an eye out for. And again, encouraging that they are still down here. So we're going to pretty much run through this entire area down through here, maybe loop up north around the west border of the map and see where it takes us. I'm excited to actually hunt a different part of SRP for once. No way. I've been chasing this thing for 12 years, and it's a level 5 mountain goat. It's a good looking one too. So it's just a max estimate track. We've been, I don't even know where we picked it up. Way up there. We're darn near back where we started. And we finally spooked him out of the mountain. Just been literally running, trying to get eyes on him. He's the beige variant. So it is one that we've gotten the diamond of before. But diamond mountain goats are considerably more rare, I feel like, than they used to be. Especially because they no longer drink. And this is, you know, not necessarily something that can end up in the Layton Trophy Cabin. But we'll kind of see. I think there's a reality in which it ends up in that main center platform. But first, we gotta see him again, make the shot, and then see if he makes diamond. Man, I don't understand where this thing is. This feed zone, you may have seen it right before I spotted that goat, was blue because our level 5 seemingly walked all the way back to that zone. Maybe he's down on this side? I had no reason to believe, that's a 3, I had no reason to believe there were multiple goats using this zone, but I think he's in here. He has to be. But it's a matter of, can we spot him? The wind isn't good. Can we spot him without getting so close that we gotta spook him? It's just in the perfect spot where we can't see anything. That's our 5. 100 to 113, he's literally in bow range. Sadly, we don't have a bow. But look, he's tucked back in there in an impossible spot. I kind of think that 3 is walking around because we maybe alerted it. But luckily, we're kind of up under here where we're pretty safe. Now, I can't see where the trunk of this little tree is, But the last thing we're going to do is at 30 meters, blast a tree. So we're going to keep on scooting to the side, keep him spotted so we know if he goes alert, and just make sure we have a good clean shot. One thing I know for sure, we are going to be close enough. This is actually really cool. So that's our 5 back there. It's a good angle. And I think we can just go for this. Looks like it dropped him. Because we're a multiplayer, I was actually going to swing over and shoot that 3-2. The host left, so we'd be fine, but still. Good to practice good multiplayer etiquette and not cause a bunch of hunting pressure to risk getting kicked. Let's see, after all of that. Oh, he's a troll. He's a 103. Double lunged him. We tracked him 4.12 kilometers. I think it should be a diamond just for the .12. So my one concern was he's maybe narrow. Overall spread is a factor. For sure, when he was like running away, I thought he looked huge. Thought he might even hit that 113 mark. He's 10 kilo below the maximum weight. And I don't think it's the spread that cost him. I mean, you need 107.67 for diamond. He's 4 shy is a lot in terms of mountain goats. Still an awesome looking goat, but perhaps there's a example of why we shouldn't be tracking mountain goats on a bear and mountain lion hunt. We followed him all the way like down through here, and it was because we weren't getting any mountain lion or bear tracks. And then we finally get him after a 4 kilometer half run, half crawl, trying to get into position, and he trolled us. Well, we are not exactly finding what we're after, but that's pretty cool to see. Got a light brown gobbler up there just strutting around. The weirdest part is he's alert. It must just be because he's in that animation. Got a level 6 black bear running by, but I think what we'll do, if he's going to stay there, pop him in that animation, if for no other reason because it provides a pretty cool screenshot. Got another bear up in that area, and maybe we are starting to get into a little bit more of what we're after. Now, I did mention the host of this server left. We could just make it mountain lion drink time, but that feels kinda against the grain of the entire point of this video. We'll get there. It is in about an hour, I think 1700-ish is mountain lion drink time, so we'll continue hunting for now as we are. And if we get to their drink time and can make the most of it, we will definitely do that. As for our strutting light brown gobbler, that was a 4.53, so not bad. Kinda wish he wasn't looking back almost like over his shoulder like that, but still, not an opportunity we get super often to shoot one strutting, let alone just naturally strutting. Not because of anything with decoys or anything like that. Not gonna tag him, but a pretty cool little bonus kill, as many have been to this point. I think we've only shot one mountain lion. Maybe starting to get a little somewhere. That guy is very upset that we're here. Mythical mountain lion though, and even though he's doing some weird stuff there, we'll go ahead and take him. I think that was the dark red variant, and maybe that's something to keep in mind. Now, if we find a legendary mountain lion and it's standing in place, like that one, maybe we can kind of fast travel away, come back, try to not have such a kind of free shot at a mountain lion that appears to be stuck. But hopefully we can just spot them in the distance and avoid that entirely, because it's something that mountain lions do and have always done, but it is, you know, a little anticlimactic, I guess, if you end up shooting one that way. But that's a bridge we will cross when we get to it. As for this guy now, our best one, not bad, 38.39. Doesn't look like he was doing anything too crazy when we look at the photo. Actually double lunged him somehow. And we weren't too shy of actually hitting the bottom of the jaw. It's almost like we did. Normally the bullet would just be stopped by that, so maybe we didn't. Either way, pretty good one. And maybe we are finally getting into what we're actually after as we move up through the west side of the map. Well, we continue to shoot things that are not mountain lions or black bear, but a pretty nice elk running right down here at us. And it looks like the rest of the bulls, which maybe combined, might equal the amount of antler we just had on that guy. But we're actually heading up to the two fawns area. There's another black bear. It's as if we're just running by them, and then every time we shoot, one comes running out of nowhere. That was a 420, so not huge and very narrow for that frame, but a decent sized one. And we are moving up towards this lake, so it's mule deer drink time. That's another thing to kind of keep our eye out for. But it's been, you know, an interesting hunt. Almost everything we've shot has been very good size, even potentially max level like our mountain goat. Just haven't had that one special kill yet. Man, I don't know if that's going to make it. A level 5 muley, he's alarmed because of a mountain lion? That's my favorite rack. I'm afraid to take that shot angle because if he were just to take off and run, we could definitely miss at that range. If he even goes to alert, which he just has, we have a little more wiggle room. Should be able to drop that in. We got him. Just a matter of will he make it. I'm not going to lie, this trolls 98% of the time. Pulled that number out of thin air, but I have almost never seen this rack actually make it. It takes a bit of, you know, something extra, maybe a little extra spread, something to push that score just a little bit higher. As I said, it's my favorite potential diamond rack. We have never had it make diamond. Could we get a little redemption after we had a troll? I sure hope so. You can probably hear there's mountain lions everywhere. We're just entering their drink time. And I was actually going to come down here and kill a little time looking for mule deer until the main part of mountain lion drink time. And what we run into is an awesome looking level 5 muley. Second max level animal to hunt. That's going to troll as well. He trolls by a ton, 301 only. So you need 312. And like I said, you basically need some extra bit on the overall spread, probably, and the tip-to-tip spread. I don't know if circumferences change much from, you know, one level 5 with this frame to the next, but it would have taken a lot to get there. I just talked about it recently with Way the Hunter. When I think of trophy mule deer, I think of these additional tines, and it's so rare that it makes it, but I just think that rack is so cool. Bit of a bummer he doesn't get there, but we are now into basically the main part of mountain lion drink time. We're past 1730, so I think we're going to start checking some of the best spots. See if maybe third time's a charm, if we can even find a third max level. Maybe we can get a diamond yet. This is literal chaos, and it's what happened on our last Silver Ridge Peaks hunt, which ultimately led to a diamond pronghorn, because it's so obnoxiously crazy that we just ended up leaving to go and look for something else. In this case, oh boy, it's exactly what we're after. What are the odds that actually hit? It looks like it did. That was a complete 50-50 shot as to which half of that jitterbug dance he was doing he was in when the bullet got there, but another mythical down. And yeah, I mean, they're literally everywhere right now doing this. Assuming it actually is their drink time, and hopefully I'm correct in that it's around 1700, I'm thinking they're just coming down out of the mountains to go to their drink zones and just chasing on the way. That, or maybe it's a feed time. I guess maybe we'll be able to find out, but it's, I guess, good that they're all over the place. Just gotta find the right one. And it sure sounds like there are plenty still around. So 37.78. And the shame of it all is you can't see in the harvest screen what kind of crazy stuff he was doing. But right lung shot. And we're gonna continue on here. I want to get up to this lake and then all the way up into this area here. So it'll be quite a run, and if the mountain lions are running around anyway, maybe that benefits us. That looks really, really light. It's a level 2 Rocky Mountain elk. It's 300 meters away. I saw it just kind of spook from a mountain lion, and I thought it looked a little bit off. Luckily, it's wide open out here. That is like 340 meters or something. I really need him to stay very still. Oh, he turned. I think he actually might have turned into that. I hope he turned into that. Not starting to go down just yet. It shouldn't kill him if it's a... Oh, that's not the binoculars we want. It shouldn't kill him if it's a poor hit. I really wanted to just get him so we could find out. I think this will be his tracks. So maybe we can get some information based on disturbed veg, but I sure think that was an albino, and I sure think we maybe should have taken our time. There's disturbed veg. So we will soon know. Do we need to track that, or was it a light gray that looked really special? That is an albino, and it is not dead. So let's see if we can line up. I mean, we can't get a more slow situation, but maybe we can get a little closer. Oh, that did bring him down. Wonder if I got him in the intestines or something. That kind of is unfortunate. Definitely not the shot we wanted. At least it wasn't very big. I wonder where we hit him then. Clearly not very much blood. Not intestines, though? No. Oh, it is non-vital. Okay. I can see how that would have happened with him turning. Should have taken our time more. That definitely was a mistake, but go figure. 2 level 5s make the shot just fine. They end up trolling us. We get a rare, which, you know, ultimately is still going to be an albino in our trophy lodge. But the shot comes up a little bit short. Oh man, he was coming back too. The odds of this happening are next to none. But if we had like accidentally used the 303, maybe we get away with it. That is a cool looking elk. We've had a couple of albinos and they always end up being really tiny. Yep, he turned. So we were looking to hit like kind of about here. And as he turned away, ended up catching him right in the bottom of the stomach. We had the height too to compensate for that 330 meter shot. Just a bit of a bummer. He ends up turning and we hit him just too far back. Either way, definitely a cool kill. Definitely one for the second lodge. I don't think it's something we'd put in the Layton Trophy Cabin, if for no other reason, the fact that I kind of want to come back for another one of these and see if we can get either that Diamond Mountain Lion, Diamond Black Bear, Rare Mountain Lion, something like that. Because I like the idea of doing that multi-mount, and there are none for the Rocky Mountain Elk. So let's go back to the second lodge. I don't think that's something we've ever done. Layton Trophy Cabin hunt where we don't end up back in the Trophy Cabin. Now, interestingly enough, this is another albino Rocky Mountain Elk from years ago that is also messed up. 274, ends up being a bronze. I wonder if the one we got today bigger. It's going to take down this old lion. Oh, 207. Considerably smaller, actually. Interesting the way things work out. But both end up being bronzes due to less than ideal shots. Maybe next time we see a albino elk, and at this rate it should be sometime in maybe 2026 or 2027 based on the 3 years in between. Maybe we can take our time a little bit more, but heck of a hunt on Silver Ridge Peaks. We had a lot of big stuff. 2 level 5s both trolled us, and an albino Rocky Mountain elk. Certainly can't complain about our time spent up there in the mountains of SRP. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.